Dr. McFeely told us about the Esteem, which is an option for people who either can't wear hearing aids or who no longer want to. Now we're going to talk to someone who has the Esteem and how it's worked for him. This is Mr. Bob Edgen. How are you, Mr. Edgen?
I'm wonderful.
Good. Thanks for being with us today.
My pleasure.
So you wore hearing aids for how long?
About 30 years.
And how was your experience with them?
When I first started out, I thought it was great, and then after many years, it became not so great.
Mm-hmm.
Simple things like brushing your teeth, you get this feedback in the ear. You open your mouth too wide, you get feedback. Wind noise when you're outside, and of course the first thing you do when it rains a little bit, you put your hand over your ear to protect your hearing aid from the rain. So over the years, it became a problem, and it just weren't doing what I wanted a hearing device to do.
So how did you hear about the Esteem?
Actually, my wife heard about it. She was listening to talk radio one day, and she said, "That might be for you." I said, "Yes, ma'am," and as I usually do. And so the next thing I know, I'm getting brochures in the mail, and actually she drove the train. She got everything set up, and we were actually scheduled to go to Atlanta to interview, and we heard about a seminar in Birmingham where they were explaining the Esteem, so we went down there, and I heard them say that they just opened up a shop here in Huntsville, and I was sure it was Birmingham, but no, it turns out that they were talking about Birmingham and Dr. McFeely, and I had an appointment the next day.
That's amazing. You had no idea that Dr. McFeely was the only physician here in the state of Alabama actually doing that?
No, actually he had just begun. He'd just been certified, and first time I heard about it, I was here.
So you decided to have the procedure done. Tell us about that. What was it like? What did it entail?
Actually, as a patient, you just go to sleep and things happen. And there's nothing dramatic about it. They had a surgery. I had it on my left side, and I think I took pain pills for like 2 days, and then after that, a little sloshing like you would have with a cold from the fluid buildup, and then after that, it was just a matter of waiting until the swelling went down and they could turn it on.
So take us to that moment when they turned it on for the first time.
That was pretty impressive. My first reaction was that, well, that's nice, but the sound's a little tinny, and then I realized, well, of course it is. You haven't heard those high frequencies in years, so of course it's going to be more of a high frequency tone to it. So it was exciting, and she who must be obeyed thought it was great too.
What do you hear now? What is it like?
Well, it's just wonderful right now, because the two big things that are made a difference is babies and birds. Got a 2-year-old granddaughter, and before trying to understand what she was trying to communicate to me was a bit of a challenge, but now it's not so bad. I'm not sure I still understand everything she's saying, but I can hear it.
That's right.
And I was pretty sure birds had gone on strike, but sure enough, I got the Esteem, and no, they're out there chirping away all the time.
They had been there the whole time, right?
Who knew? I didn't know.
That's fantastic.
Another thing that's a big difference is that we like to listen to books on audio when we're traveling, and I used to have the volume cranked up as loud as I could get it, and still, what'd they say? And now we can have the volume at a comfortable level for her, and I can understand what they're saying too. So that's a tremendous change right there. TV, same thing. I used to have the volume on the TV goes from 0 to 100, and I was listening to it at 90 to 100, and still having to say, what'd they say? And it gets to be embarrassing and annoying, and I did a little test on my own, and I said, I wonder how low I can go. And now I can hear it around 17 to 20. I usually crank it up a little bit to around 30 now, but that's a dramatic difference for me.
Right. What about not having the device that you have to worry about?
Oh, that's great. now, after I got it implanted, I went outside the first time when it was windy and rainy, and automatically the hand went up to the ear. Now, I don't have to do that
Right.
anymore. And so that was pretty cool.
That's great. What would you say to people who are watching who may be considering this as an option?
Give it a try. Talk to Dr. McFeely, and if you are a candidate, I think you'll be pleased with it.
Well, I'm so happy that it's worked out for you, Mr. Edge, and thank you so much for helping us out and telling us about it today.
My pleasure.
All right, we'll be right back.